Good morning. My name is John Burris, and I am here today with my client Tupac Amor Shakir, as well as other members of the Digital Underground rap group and some members of the Digital Underground rap group, a combination of the various groups.
Basically, I walked across the street, 17th and Broadway. The police officer stopped me on the sidewalk and asked to see my ID. They sweated me about my name. The officers said, "You have to learn your place." They were charging me with jaywalking, so I was riffing, arguing about why would they charge me with such a petty crime. So I kept yelling, asking them to give me my citation and let me go about my business. Next thing I know, my face was being buried into the concrete and I was laying face down in the gutter, waking up from being unconscious in cuffs with blood on my face, and I'm going to jail for resisting arrest. That's harassment to me, that I have to be stopped in the middle of the street and checked like we're in South Africa and asked for my ID. Officer Boyvic repeatedly slammed my face into the floor while Rogers put the cuffs on me. That's not called for jaywalking.
Yo, welcome to the 1804 Show, Chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is another episode of 1804 History. Hit like, comment, subscribe to the channel, the 1804 Show, Chapter 2. Now let's begin. I just want to thank everybody who donated to the channel, to my business, and everything on the 28th. And I just want to thank everybody who support me, because y'all don't have to. So it just really meant a lot to me, and just wanted to let y'all know that first. Okay, let's get started. So tonight I'm going to be talking about the 1991 police brutality case against Tupac Shakur, who was beaten on October 17, 1991 in Oakland, California. And the craziest part was that he had so many assassinations attempts on his life. And you have people always want to call him a fake thug or actor, ballerina, and it just all these crazy ass sayings and name calling. But the man ain't even here to defend himself. So I wanted to just give y'all a story, just give y'all just this one incident, because it changed him forever. And one thing about us black men, our trauma changes us. You never know what people go through or have experienced for them to become angry, loud, rambunctious, and it's just so much that make a person become who they are today. But it's just crazy because the day he got beat up, his video Trap was being premiered on MTV from Tupacalypse Now. And to me, I really enjoyed that album because that album was a masterpiece. It was the album that was needed. It was conscious. It was being socially aware. It was talking about poverty, police brutality, drugs, um, rape, a little bit everything. So if you haven't heard Tupacalypse Now, I recommend it. I recommend you all check it out. But yeah, the day of the 17th of October, Pac was going to the bank, and the street was 17th and Broadway. So apparently he jaywalked. He didn't know that jaywalking was a crime. So these two white officers stopped him and was like, "Where you going?" and what is your name? And he was like, my name is Tupac Shakur. Let me through. Let me get by. And then they started to criticize his name and talking about, did your mama name you that? And so you know how Pac is. He don't play about his mama. So he just started cussing him out and everything like that. And he wanted to get his citation and go about his business. The next thing that he knew, he was being forced into the concrete, punched in the face multiple times. One of the officers choked him from behind, those police chokeholds, and took out a billy club and started hitting his body and just really tearing him up. So he thinking at this point, like, damn, I'm going to die for jaywalking. So they ended up choking him out, knocking him unconscious. Then he was arrested for resisting arrest, assault on a police officer, all types of crazy ass charges, right? So then he wakes up, he's in the county jail, and eventually he gets bail out, he makes bail. Then his brother, Mopreme, ended up taking the pictures when he got out of jail. So his face all bloody, face all ruined and bruised and all of that. So he decided to sue the Oakland Police Department, and they even held a press conference with his lawyer, John Barris, and Digital Underground and his friends and his family came to the press conference to address the issue. And it just was like one of those first times that he was ever attacked by the police. Because people fail to realize and people fail to understand that he's the son of a Black Panther. So just imagine the shit that he had to exhibit because of his mom being a Black Panther and stuff. So, just also his stepdad was on America's Most Wanted, Matulu Shakur and stuff. So when he was a kid, he was always being harassed by the police, the FBI, and they would break into his home, especially when his stepdad was on the run for the alleged bank robbery. So he was always going through something with law enforcement. He was always being harassed. He was always being threatened by police. And he was in his mom's stomach when she was in jail with the Panther 21 stuff. So I just always tell people, like, you never know what someone had been through for you to call them things that you have no idea about. You don't understand. And he was young. He was only 21 years old when all this was going down. So, of course, that will shape your entire perspective on life and make you angry, make you bitter and stuff. So that's why he had shot those two cops in Atlanta, because of the fact that he was strapped. He was prepared. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame him. I'll be the exact same way. And it just really gives you a newfound respect for him, because even after all of that, he still was able to create the song Changes, like a few months later in 92. And just being socially conscious and thinking about Black women, thinking about the youth, thinking about the poor people, the little guys. And it just really makes him the greatest rapper ever, because none of the rappers ever experienced the stuff that he experienced and the stuff that he was able to conquer and survive. And we just need to pay homage to people like that, who actually gave a damn, who actually cared, who actually did great community service and went to different schools and different juvenile centers and prisons to speak on his family behalf. And people love to compare Pac to these so-called thugs and these gangster rappers and stuff like that. But it's only one Pac. It's only one Tupac Shakur. You know what I'm saying? And we will never get that again. And just the fact that he did a whole lot just for his family. He did a whole lot for his friends and the community and stuff like that. Because if people really sit back and think about it, he was targeted from day one, since birth. He was targeted. And I refuse to believe that he died over some gang shit. It was bigger than that. And they just want us to be dumb. You know what I'm saying? They want us to not use our critical thinking skills and really realize just how much that the establishment, the government, played a part in his murder, his assassination. And if it was some gang stuff, his shooter would have been arrested. His murderer would have been held in the penitentiary to this day. If it was that simple. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody else who kill people, they would be apprehended, especially when you're black. You know what I'm saying? A black man shoots another black man and he goes scot-free until he guns down in 1998. Man, if that don't sound crazy, if that don't sound preposterous or ludicrous to y'all, I don't know what is. If it was that simple, if Pac died over stumping out a Crip, a gang member, man, that gang member would have been arrested by now. Because it happens. And it just pisses me off that people love to try to insult our intelligence. He didn't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the type of person that I believe that if Orlando Anderson wanted to fight, then okay, run him his fade. But you took out one of the greatest rappers of all time. Fuck that. The greatest rapper of all time. Because you lost. You know what I'm saying? He beat your ass fair and square. The rest of the people from Death Row jumped in, but he knocked you out. He knocked you clear on your ass. And it just pisses me off just how people love to create these narratives and the shooter is the hero and the person that fought is a coward and he got what he deserved or this and that. And I'm like, look, at least he fought. It was a one-on-one at first. So I can't knock him for that. I can't knock him for standing up on his principles. And yes, he went out the way that he wanted to go out. And what pisses me off is just the fact that these internet trolls and these so-called wannabe keyboard warriors love to try to discredit this legend, this icon. And regardless of what people say, regardless about what people feel, he's going to always be remembered. He always going to be the greatest. And I just wanted to drop a video because we need to stop these culture vultures for making these lies up about our heroes. You know what I'm saying? It seems like we can't have nothing to ourselves because when he was alive, he was hated. But when he died, oh man, he was so deep, he was so real, and this and that. But it's just that I hate that our counterparts love to get monetized and making money off our heroes, our legends. But let us do one of that. Let me, make nothing but Elvis content and this and that, and it would be a problem. Because they gatekeep their heroes, they icons, but we don't. It's a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's an issue because this kid died at 25 years old. And I can say that because I have outlived Pac. So I can say that he was a kid because 25, you are a kid. Regardless of about what people say, you young. You know what I'm saying? You still a baby, regardless of how anybody say it. But just the fact, like, he had his life taken. There's no telling what he would have became. Next year will make it 30 years since he been gone. He been gone for almost 29 years. This year will make it 29. Next year will make it 30 years. So we have to just understand that. We have to just be honest with ourselves and just stop, believing everything that we hear, because we have a brain. We got to use it. What's the point of having one when you don't use it? And yeah, didn't mean to go on this tangent, but I just had to get that off my chest. But yeah, he was awarded $42,000 from the state of California and the city of Oakland. And his own words, he said he paid his lawyer a whole bunch, bought a car, but he wanted to get more money. But he said that any dollar or penny from the police department is good money. So he won $42,000 for jaywalking. But yeah, he lived such a impactful life to be only here for 25 years. And just the fact that you on your way to the bank to cash your first movie check, because this happened right after he did Juice. So he was happy, he was thrilled, you know what I'm saying? Just the fact that anybody that was homeless before and was broke before, and you are able to come up and level up, and that happened to you. And that's just one of the things that you would never forget. You would never be able to live peacefully ever again. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. I want to thank everybody who tuned in, engaged, and all that good stuff. But yeah, hey, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, the 1804 Chapter 2, and I'm out. Peace.
And they proved it. And if you can see this, Mr. Cameraman, all of this is scars I'll go to my grave with.
I can see
These are
it.
learn to be a nigga scars. That's what
Who
these
did that
be.
to you?
Oakland Police Department. All above my eye, all that.
Why?
And I pay their salaries. Because I was an outspoken young black man. They were sweating me for jaywalking.
You were jaywalking and they stopped you?
And I swear to you, I don't even know what jaywalking is. Didn't until they beat me down for it. They stopped me. They asked me for my ID. My real name is Tupac Shakur. There's nothing fake about me. There's no stage name or stage aura. That's my name. And that's how I said it. My name is Tupac Shakur. Just because my name wasn't John Brown, it irked them. So they started, saying, well, what your mother name you that for? Blah, blah. So I got hot. That was beyond the call of duty. So I was like, give me my citation. Let me go about my business. And I said the words that NWA made famous. So that got him too high. He couldn't stand to see a young black male tell him. So they put their hands on me.
You're suing them?
10 mil.
We'll see
what
what
else
happens.
can I do? We'll see what happens. You know how that go.
Yeah.
Rodney King still fighting for his, and they got it on tape.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They got it on tape.
So when we see, this video, Trapped,
Yes,
it's coming from inside.
Everything I ever say, whether it's good or bad, it's coming from my heart.
Yes.
And if it's wrong, then, God ain't finished with me yet. Let him check me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say it.